Breaking news from WRAL. Coverage you can count on.
Right now at 4:30, hit by an SUV. A person is in critical condition after being hit by a car this morning. What we're learning at the scene of that crash on Pool Road.
And a few showers out there for the morning commute. It should be fairly light, but I'll show you who's most likely to see them.
And countdown to the classroom. Today, rising kindergartners can get vaccinated at a Wake County clinic ahead of back to school. The concerns, though, as vaccination rates dip lower year over year. Bring you inside our WRAL studio right now, 4:30 on our Tuesday as we get things started. A little bit wet out there in some spots, but pretty comfortable. Good to have you with us. I'm Jeff Hogan.
And I'm Michelle McConaughey in for Nate Chu. Yes, a couple of raindrops on the window, but nothing crazy yet. Meteorologist Elizabeth Gardner showing us where all of that rain is falling right now, Elizabeth.
Yeah, it's really light and patchy right now. Notice back to the west, it's a little bit heavier, but nothing's going to be terribly heavy for today. We're just going to see some waves of rain. It's a pattern that we call cold air damming, which we typically see in the fall, in the spring, and the winter. It's not usually a summer pattern for us, so our temperatures will be on the cool side, and you can see for the most part in the triangle, we're fairly dry, but back to the west, closer to the triad, we're dealing with some showers this morning. Hour by hour rain chances, just 30% all the way up until the afternoon, and then we move into a 40% chance. We're not likely to see any thunderstorms today. It's just likely to be these waves of some isolated showers. We also have Tropical Storm Dexter out there at 300 miles north of Bermuda, moving northeast at 13, continuing to move away from the United States and up into the North Atlantic. So nothing that's going to end up causing us any problems. We do have, of course, the top of the tower lit in green for the showers that we'll end up seeing today. It is 69 with a dew point of 65. So dew point's a little bit higher than it was yesterday, of course, but we're still dealing with some cool temperatures. Our highs this afternoon could stay in the 70s all day. Right now it's fairly dry, but as we get through the morning, there may be some rain that affects your morning commute. So the storm tracker is out on the Beltline right now.
Hey, Elizabeth, good morning. Laura Levine here in the WRAL Storm Tracker. Right now, we're on I-440 in Raleigh, traveling east, and you can see just a light drizzle here on the camera that we're showing here from the Storm Tracker. So just a light drizzle, light rain out here right now, and it's really patchy. It's not a widespread situation. If you are heading out this morning, just be mindful of that. And, of course, we'll continue to keep you updated on what we're seeing on the roads. Laura Levine, WRAL News, live in Raleigh.
And we're following some breaking news. A person is seriously hurt after being hit by an SUV around midnight on Pool Road in Raleigh. Ali Kadlabar joins us live in the WRAL Breaking News Tracker. Ali, you are at Wake Med right now where that person was taken.
Yes, Michelle, that person was taken here and is currently in critical condition. We want to take you back to that scene, which police investigated for hours. This is video from the WRAL Breaking News Tracker showing officers spray painting marks on the road. We also saw what it looked like a shoe at the intersection. The crash happened around midnight on the Carrea Drive and Pool Road. We saw officers investigating a tan SUV. The driver involved is cooperating with police. We're working to find out the condition of the pedestrian as well as what led up to this crash. Reporting in Raleigh, Ali Kadlabar, WRAL News.
A Johnston County priest was arrested on church grounds accused of hiring a prostitute. The Johnston County Sheriff's Office says Clemente Olivero Guerrero arranged the meeting with 20-year-old Jaquavis Brinson over an app. Brinson is facing prostitution charges in that case as well. The two were arrested at St. Anne Catholic Church on US 70 Business early Monday morning. Both have since bonded out of jail. The Diocese of Raleigh oversees St. Anne. It confirmed to WRAL Olivera Guerrero has essentially been suspended while the investigation plays out.
Prosecutors say the man accused of killing a 10-year-old girl while boating drunk tried to get rid of the alcohol on his boat. Quentin Knight received 2 additional charges in court yesterday: recklessly operating a boat and driving impaired, causing serious injury. 10-year-old Brooklyn Carroll died in the crash on Saturday. Jennifer Staley was seriously hurt and lost her leg. Investigators say Kite had been looking backward at a tube he was pulling during that crash. Kite is behind bars on $500,000 bond.
The countdown to back to school is on in Wake County, just 20 days away now. And today there's an opportunity to get kids their required vaccinations ahead of the school year. WRAL's Kelsey Coffey joins us from the Southern Regional Center. Kelsey, nationally, immunization rates have gone down year over year.
Yes, Jeff, they have, and that's why today you can get your child vaccinated here at the Southern Regional Center. These back-to-school clinics are happening just in time for the first day of school. North Carolina law requires specific vaccines for students entering kindergarten, 7th, and 12th grade. These vaccine clinics are opening as immunization numbers are going down nationwide. We have a breakdown for you of immunization rates for Wake County kindergartners over the past 3 years. Last year's rate went up to just over 94%, but that's still below the 95% that's needed for herd immunity. Tina Payton with Wake County Public Health explains their message to parents about getting their child vaccinated.
What we want to do is inform you and give you objective information that is scientifically supported so that you can make the best decision for not only your child, but the children and families that your child comes in contact with.
And you can bring your kindergartner, 7th grader, or 12th grader here to get vaccinated today. Today's back-to-school vaccine clinic will be open from 5:30 until 7:30. If you want a full list of all of the clinics that will be open over the next few weeks, head to WRAL.com. Kelsey Coffey, WRAL News, live in Fuquay Arena.
School calendars would change for 2 more Wake County schools under a new proposal. North Forest Pines and Pleasant Union Elementary Schools in Raleigh would switch from year-round to traditional calendars. Feedback to the district has been so far shown strong opposition among families and staff members.
But students and staff and parents have gotten really used to this calendar and they really like it. They like having these longer breaks during the year when they're tracked out of their school. You know, you might get 3 weeks at a time. They like having shorter summers. They think it gives them kind of a work-life balance, maybe more time throughout the year to de-stress.
And the district would save $200,000 on the change because the schools would not have to be open every day anymore.
And Wake Schools is celebrating its 50th anniversary this year as a county-wide school system. Wake County Schools and white Wake County Schools and black Raleigh City Schools merged together in 1976. The first magnet school opened the year after that. It drew white students into Raleigh to attend a gifted and talented program at Hunter Elementary. School system official plans events, storytelling campaigns, service projects, fundraising for student needs, as well as programming.
A man is facing charges accused of crashing into an Apex home that stood for nearly a century. The car slammed into the historic Carl and Nellie Goodwin home along Olive Chapel Road yesterday. Police charged Taylor Robinson with DWI, among other things. Investigators say that he went too fast along a bend on the road and went into that home and a carport. Robinson suffered minor injuries.
This morning, we're hearing from the pilot who survived this crash off of Oak Island, right off the coast this weekend. You can see the impact sent the plane flipping over in the water. Mark Finkelstein was the only one on board, and he says he was just going for a simple 20-minute flight up and down Oak Island. According to FlightAware, he was only in the air for 13 minutes. Finkelstein believes engine failure caused that crash.
Oh my God, a plane just crashed into the ocean. It's going down.
At some point, the engine started to lose power, so the RPMs started to go down. And at a certain point, the engine just stopped altogether and the propeller just stopped. And at that point, it was very clear that I was going to be making a landing in the water.
That he did. Well done. Thankfully, ocean rescue crews were already in that area and were able to rescue Finkelstein, escaping with only a cut on his leg. FAA now is taking over this investigation.
We are expecting to hear from Governor Josh Stein today, almost a week after lawmakers overrode his vetoes. Stein will lead today's Council of State meeting. It starts at 9 o'clock this morning. We'll bring you updates from today's meeting throughout the day. Tune into our afternoon and evening newscasts from 4 to 7:30 this evening for the latest.
Happening today, Cumberland County Schools will swear in a new superintendent. Eric Bracey took on that role last month. He replaces Marvin Connolly Jr. Bracey was previously the superintendent of Johnston County Schools and has held leadership positions at other districts across the area. He'll be sworn in at the Educational Resource Center tonight at 6.
Law enforcement and community members will come together today in an effort to fight crime. National Night Out is an annual campaign that promotes police-community partnerships. In Raleigh, police are asking people to leave their porch lights on tonight in support of the day. In Chapel Hill, law enforcement will hold a community event. It'll be at the Hargraves Community Center. That's on Robertson Street from 6 to 8 this evening.
Bumpy rides. More planes are experiencing severe turbulence now than in past years. Why scientists say climate change may be the reason behind the increased risk.
And watch your step. A popular kitchen stool being recalled for a major safety risk. Why climbing it could result in a nasty fall.
A little bit cooler, a little drizzly out there potentially today. This is a live look at Fenton in Cary. Good morning to you from our WRAL Live Cam Network. Meteorologist Elizabeth Gardner explains the unsettled weather pattern for some of us.
From the WRAL Severe Weather Center, North Carolina's most experienced team of meteorologists.
444, taking a look at dual Doppler 5000 radar. It's just a little light patchy rain out there for us right now, and that's the way it's going to stay for today. We changed the pattern up a little bit for tomorrow, getting back into a better chance for some thunderstorms where the downpours will be a little heavier. But today, it's light and patchy and cool, too. This is a pattern that we typically see a little further into the fall, all the way through the spring. It's not a typical summer pattern for us, so it's going to feel cloudy today and cool. Yesterday was so pretty, low humidity, lovely temperatures, and some sunshine today. Not exactly the same. 68 in Wilson, 69 Durham, 73 in Fayetteville. You might want to take your exercise inside today. Temperatures are great for being outside. The warmest it gets today is upper 70s, but we will see some light showers on and off. We'll talk more about how much rain we'll see all the way into the weekend coming up.
Attorney General Pam Bondi is calling for a grand jury to investigate how Obama-era officials handled Russian interference in the 2016 election. Bondi signed a letter telling a federal prosecutor to secure federal indictments. The letter doesn't say what the charges would be or who will be investigated. The move comes after National Intelligence Director Tulsi Gabbard said last month she was sending criminal referrals to the Justice Department. Today, a Raleigh man accused of peeping inside a store's dressing room will be in court. 37-year-old Andre Longmire is charged with felony secret peeping. He's accused of filming someone in the Old Navy dressing room at Crossroads Plaza in Cary. Police say they identified him using security video from the store.
Durham is taking another step toward recovery after Chantal. Little River Lake and the marina are now back open. Several other parks in the city remain closed as crews work to finish repairs. And in Moore County, we are getting a look at road repairs being made in Southern Pines after Chantal. This picture here shows that. Drone pictures show that work underway on West Pennsylvania Avenue and Mechanic Street. The bridge between the area and US 1 is also still closed. Some trails and greenways are still impacted as well. You can find more about progress being made on the town's website.
With hurricane season ramping up, the DOT is getting crews ready. Crews in New Hanover County checking their signs and equipment. It's a regular process each year to ensure everything is marked properly and the equipment is ready to go if and when a storm hits. Durham County leaders want to help protect the community from scammers. They're holding digital workshops on how you can avoid both phone and online scams. They'll go over ways to spot common ones and a few of the most recent scamming tactics to watch out for. The first session will be Thursday, August 14th from 4 to 5:30 at the Bragtown Branch Library. Registration is required.
A certain step stool that you may have in your kitchen could be dangerous. More than 300,000 Costco kitchen step stools are being recalled over fall risks. The two-step kitchen stepper has a faulty safety bar that can detach or break altogether. So far, there have been 34 reports of falls. 2 people suffered head injuries. The step stools were sold at major retailers like Amazon, Target, and Walmart. If you have one, stop using it and contact the company for a free repair kit.
Turbulence is one of the most common airline accident types today, according to the National Transportation Safety Board. Just last week, more than 24 people were sent to hospitals after a Delta flight was slammed with severe, unexpected rough air. Michael Yoshida breaks down the rise of this trouble in the skies.
25 people taken to hospitals after a Delta flight experienced severe turbulence, causing service carts and unbelted passengers to hit the ceiling and forcing an emergency landing.
Today, there is 41% more severe clear air turbulence in the skies over the USA, 55% more over the North Atlantic.
Atmospheric science professor Paul Williams says Earth's warming temperatures are making flying conditions worse. That's especially true along busy flight paths, which are near powerful winds in the upper atmosphere called jet streams.
Climate change is warming the air to the south of the jet stream a lot more rapidly than the air to the north of the jet stream.
Williams says the clashing of increasingly warmer and cooler air is causing more frequent and more severe clear air turbulence, which can't be seen on radar and isn't connected to other visual cues like storms or clouds, meaning it can seemingly hit out of nowhere.
A stronger jet stream has what we call more wind shear in it. That's the wind speed increasing with altitude, and more wind shear equals more turbulence. So that's the link from temperatures to the jet stream, to the winds, to the turbulence.
According to the National Transportation Safety Board, between 2009 and 2018, flight crews had no warning in about 28% of turbulence-related accidents. Williams, who has studied the topic for more than a decade, says the numbers will keep going up. Still, he and others say flying won't be any less safe, and new technologies could help, from better forecasting models to even artificial intelligence.
Michael Yoshida reporting, amazing how it's all connected, right? And that clear air turbulence, no warning in there. Elizabeth Gardner is over in the WRAL Severe Weather Center right now. We wish we had a little more clear air today.
Yesterday was just absolutely perfect. I mean, what a Goldilocks day we had, especially for the first part of August. Just amazing. Now, we'll hold on to the cool temperatures today. As a matter of fact, this afternoon may be even cooler than yesterday, but we'll be cloudy all day, and there are going to be some light showers. Nothing terribly heavy today. It's going to be just more of a nuisance than anything. And you can see at this point, most of the viewing area is fairly dry, especially around the triangle. But here in parts of Chatham County, back here across Alamance County, we're seeing some rain. Some of that's going to start to creep on into our area over the next few hours. Here's a look at it on Futurecast, and you can see all that starts to move a little closer to us. During the morning commute, there is likely to be some scattered light rain, especially around parts of our viewing area that tend to see some pretty heavy traffic in the morning. Here's 10 a.m. We see more waves that roll through this afternoon. Here's 2 o'clock and 5 o'clock. So just the same pattern continues. It's not going to rain all day, but there'll just be some light showers on and off. The pattern changes up for tomorrow and Thursday, where we'll have a better chance of some thunderstorms and some downpours, and we'll talk more about that. But we do have a low flood threat for Wednesday and Thursday, and we'll talk more about how much rain we could see coming up. We do have the top of the tower lit in green this morning for the rain that we'll see on and off. 69 with a dew point of 65. That's one thing that we'll notice. Our dew point was in the 50s yesterday. It just felt so cool and comfortable. A little more moisture in the atmosphere, but cool. Temperatures are in the mid 60s in the north and low 70s down south. 70 in Cary, 69 Garner, 69 in Knightdale right now. Around town, looking at 70s for today. 83 in Fayetteville, but 78 Raleigh and 74 in Durham. So moisture returns. That means a chance of some showers and a little bit more mugginess in the atmosphere. So you can see that muggy meter does climb, especially Thursday and Friday, as well as Saturday, back to steamy. We also, of course, have Tropical Storm Dexter out there. It's moving northeast at 12 miles per hour and away from the United States. So this is not going to be anything that's a threat. Just wanted to let you know. Now, another system could develop that helps to bump up our chance for some showers and thunderstorms over the weekend. We'll take a look at its potential coming up.
Thanks, Elizabeth. New music. Rob Thomas is making a stop in North Carolina on tour.
Why the artist says the state has a special place in his heart.